The hyperbolic parabola is one of the most important shapes in nature. The center of our heart is the mitral annulus, and the mitral annulus valve is a hyperbolic parabola, or a potato chip, Pringles, or a saddle on a horse. It's a saddle shape. Okay, this is a really important shape in nature, and it's seen everywhere, and we're going to talk about it today, and it's what I would call a living line. A living line. If you can get your hand to doodle this shape, your line will correspond with the universe, with nature, with the galaxies, with the stars, with the plants, because this is the line, this line here, that connects your hand and the structure of your hand with the structure of the universe. I know it sounds crazily overinflated, but we are talking about hyperbole. And this is the hyperbolic parabola. So literally, the thing that's called the hyperbolic parabola is, hyperbolically speaking, the most important line in the whole freaking universe. So, and it's the line your hand wants to do. It's the natural scribble. The natural scribble. Okay? When you scribble with this line and you make it consistent by just keeping your motions regular, all of a sudden you get this amazingly new, strange structure that has this unusual kind of familiarity to it. And that's because nature is using it. Nature is using this scribble all the time, whether we're looking at a scallop shell or we're looking at a dog skull. There are natural lines going on. Look at that. There's natural lines going on all the time, okay? And what they are is they're parabolic and they're hyperbolic. Okay, and what do I mean by that? In the Greeks, we talked about the planar geometry, the flat geometry, where triangles, when measured, had 60 degrees on each angle, so they came up to 180 degrees. And then we had spherical geometry, or elliptical geometry, the geometry of convex surfaces, okay, of surfaces like this. So when you measure the angles on these, you get triangles that are more than 180 degrees. Okay, they're more than 180 degrees. But on these kinds of surfaces, these saddle surfaces, we get triangles that look like this, and the angles are less than 180 degrees. So there's three different kinds of geometry groups that nature is existing within. And when you doodle, you can use the lines that nature uses. And we talked about this before, that the hyperbolic parabola is the line that we see on leaves. So you can see the bottom of a leaf at the same time you can see the top of a leaf on a plant, because it's showing the warp and the woof of the leaf, right? You can see the leaf go back in space, not just a leaf, but like a dog's ear, right? There's so many different uses for this line. But today we'll do some fun things with this line. We're going to do a little trick here. We're going to take a square, and we're going to dissect it this way, and bisect it this way. Okay? And the rule is this: you're going to put little seeds in each one of these triangular pockets here. A little seed like this. Okay? So you have 8 seeds. Okay, and then you're going to go around and you're going to make this shape here. You're going to make this infinity shape like this. Remember the hyperbolic paraboloid, or the infinity shape. And you're going to go like this. So you're going to loop around here, come over to this line, and then come back around like that. So here and back around, here and back around, here, and come back all the way around to here. See how I did that? You can do it the other way too, but as long as you use cross here, the cross is important. And it builds up that structure. Isn't that wonderful? And now you could also decrease this here, so you can go like this and come in like this, and like this, like this, and like this. See what I mean? Wow. And while if this looks natural to you, it's because nature works in terms of doing the most with the least, okay? And this relates to what's called a gyroid, which is a minimal surface creature. Okay. Now we also put things here like this. I can put more seeds here. I could put a seed, 8 more seeds. Okay, and I can make another circle going around like this if I want to, like that. Okay, and I could just do it again, and I'll do it so I can make little lines like this to show where I have to stop. And I can make this thing go out more and more and more. So I'm gonna do it again here, and this loops way out. So it loops way out. This beautiful gyroidal kind of folded parabolic, hyperbolic, parabolic surface, which is totally gorgeous. Mathematically speaking, this is a really complex shape, but it's really, artistically speaking, rather kind of simple because we have a really sophisticated tool, the human hand, that gives us this power. And you could have fun with this. You could monkey around with this, and you could decrease the frequency of these guys like this, just by making the loop smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller, all the way around. These beautiful gyroidal surfaces. Look at Google gyroid. It's an amazing thing. And you see the negative, they call the negative spaces in here, are just fantastic. These little pentagons emerge. Remember, pentagons are one of the most common polygons we'll find in nature. Look at flower petals. And you're always going to see these pentagons. Well, why are they there? Because gyroidal surfaces, minimal surfaces, create pentagons all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Pentagons. So these weird kind of pentagons. And look how gorgeous they are. Oops, like this, right? And if you were coloring, you could have a lot of fun with this, of course. Okay, so that is that beautiful gyroidal mandala kind of surface. And you could just play with just the infinity, going around like this. Now look what I'm going to do here. I'm playing a little game where the game is this. You start one like this, right? And then do another one. I'll barely touch so you can see. And then do another one and another one. So I'm not actually crossing over. I'm continuing a new one and a new one. So I'm showing a growth pattern where it keeps folding around and around. If you want to go around, make one bigger, one smaller, it'll turn on. Okay? This is a really... I'm going to do it right here. Yeah. Sometimes I screw these up. Okay, yeah, like this, and then like this. They're easy to mess up. Okay, there we go. I can make it bigger. Once you get the hang of it, holy cow, it's just the most amazing thing. This one's going to increase in size. This is what nature actually is doing. It's growing at a cellular structure which is repeating itself. This is left, right, in a kind of rhythm like a heartbeat, right? So it's makes, and this one's just increasing in size, but you get this beautiful steady pattern that's zigzaggy. There's a lot going on visually here, and it's a really wonderful doodle pattern. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make a circle, right? And we're gonna make a circle within a circle, like a target, okay? And we're gonna do that now, here. Am I gonna screw it up? Let's see. Oh yeah. I think I got it. Okay, that one was a rough start, but I got it. So come around. I make the outer one bigger than the inner one, right? And then do it again. I'm gonna go make it like this. You get the hang of it after a while. It's really simple, but you're like, what? So come around. And the best thing about it is you're getting your hand to make this motion, because if your mechanical drawing, your doodling, could affect your perception of the world in a positive way, and it's only going to get positive, that's an amazing thing. And that's what doodling and drawing does, is it will actually allow you to see the world more accurately, which is freaking amazing, right? So you're actually improving your eyesight with your bare hands, okay? And we'll do it again. We'll go like this. You squeeze it in and come back out and squeeze it and around. See what I'm doing here? And it's just so pretty. Look at a little angle here. After a while, you get pretty fast. This is the stitch of nature. It's nature's own stitch. That sounds really pretentious and speculative on my part to say that. Nature has stitches, and this is at least one of the major stitches, I think, that nature uses. We can do this, I think it's more interesting to do this in a spiral. So you make a spiral. Nature loves spirals, remember? So if we do a spiral, and now we do it, bigger and bigger, bigger. And again, if you color these things, they'd be amazing. But this is how a flower petals will collect themselves when they're before they unfurl. They'll lock into a kind of a squeezed structure. And it's just so beautiful. So these are hyperbolic parabola, drawing with the infinity rule. It's going back and forth. This is what your hand wants to do. I'm actually drawing from my shoulder. My elbow's off the table. This is such an easy back and forth motion, but look how regular it gets. These are the lines your body wants to do. This is a dancing motion. This is a dancing motion, and this is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so that was the hyperbolic parabola. It's in nature. It is utterly fantastic. You can apply it to the doodles we've done before. Remember this guy here? You make a lemon shape, and then you make an S under and over, under and over, over and under, over and under and around. And then you could apply what we just did here. So we'll do this guy. What? Yeah, put that in there. All the way around. So you're applying one repeating pattern with another repeating pattern, and that's what nature's doing. It's how the cells build into their cell walls, and then the cell walls build into their little microtubules that create an architecture inside the cells, and the cells make architecture of cells, and those cells then make organs, and those organs are part of a larger structure that might be held up by bones that are held up by cells that are architecture, and you get this amazing creature. It's a creature. It's an amazing thing. So I'm glad that you were here today with me. This is Mike from luxblocks.com, and today we are using the infinity rule to make this an amazing correspondence with nature. I'll see you next time. Adios, muchachos.